You may decide to quit your job in pursuit of following your dreams, which is the right thing to do. Your life, I believe, in my philosophy for my life, happiness comes first. But I would want to also warn you, if you are pursuing the dream of farming and you're coming from your nice office job, farming is a whole different animal. Farming is different. You won't be able to go there in your nice suit. It's dirty. It's walking every morning through swamp water, through rainwater, through mud. It's dirty. You deal with animal manure. You deal with dirty animals. You deal with a lot of mess. But I love it. And if you're the sort of person who can easily adapt to that, you'll love it too. So in this video, let's discuss a few key things about land preparation in a swampy land. The first thing you'll notice is right now I'm walking in a garden, on a piece of land where I have people behind me that side clearing the land so that we plant fodder for animals. So yes, we are doing quite a few projects, and it's not easy trying to manage and grow all the projects at a time. So that's number one. If you're going to be pursuing agriculture, it's a lot of work. You take 1 week downtime, and that's a week when nothing is done. You as the owner need to be there in agriculture, and you need to observe. So clearing the land for 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 fodder is something that is very important for us. Number one, because of our goats. Number two, because of future plans to bring in dairy cows. So if you've dealt with animals, the first lesson you'll learn is if there are no feeds, don't bring them. Don't. Just don't do it. Don't bring animals you can't feed onto an area, because it will be a nightmare. You'll run massive losses. So the first thing you need to do is prepare the feeds and then bring in the animals, especially if you're doing hybrid animals. These local ones can forage for themselves, good, but either way you still need something to feed them. So we've set out to clear this land, and you'll see. So we've set out to clear this land and get it working. Right now it's just a plain grassland. We've got pines that side, some eucalyptus hanging randomly. It was supposed to be a eucalyptus area, forest, but the eucalyptus didn't catch on. So in the end, it just remained bare because of the swamp. So what we've set out to do is to clear some area where we want to put in different grasses. I'm looking at putting in Caliandra. We're looking at putting in some bracharia, some Chikuyu grass. If you're familiar with these local names of grasses, Chikuyu, it's a good grass. The goats love to graze on it. So the first thing we needed to do was trenching, to funnel the water into a specific direction, because there is a stream just there. So that's what we set out to do first, and that's not a cheap project for the acres we're covering. So first thing is trenching the entire wetland so that water is removed from the areas you want to plant and then transferred to the area where water should actually be going, which is the stream. We did that, and we've been doing it. It's been done several times. We do it every year, just making sure the trenches are up to date, they're cleaned up. And so yeah, that's step one. Now in the video that I've shown you above, you'll see me walking on land and there's water. Now, this is why the owner needs to be there. The owner of a project needs to be there to observe, because that area needs to be trenched so that water enters into a main trench line and flows away. Then the digging begins. So you start digging, clearing the grass, putting so that you can put in what you actually want to put in. Okay, so that's where we are. I hope this is useful to anyone who's looking to start animals, regardless of the animals you're starting. If you say you're starting chicken, for example, and you want to do broiler chicken, you have options. You can go and buy the feeds for the chicken, or you can grow your own feeds. But you're not going to go and order your day-old chicks before you've decided how you're going to feed them, and you've put aside the capital and the resources needed to feed them, because they won't grow and you'll run losses. They'll die. So that's the same thing with what we're doing here with our cows and with the goats. You set up their feeds, you feed them. Now, currently we do have goats. They've been eating. We had a Chikuyu garden which was accidentally slashed. We've had mishaps. All of those mishaps are because someone, me, took some time off for my own personal reasons. So don't think that you're an investor. Yes, I might not do the physical digging. I might not herd the animals, but as an investor and the person with money in, I owe it to myself to be proactive, to go in, check on my project on a daily basis. It's not a, okay, I've left orders and instructions, so I'm going away for a month and I'll come back. Trust me, 90% of all farmers who farm that way, unless you have a very trustworthy employee, suffer massive losses. Massive losses. It's terrible. So that's the first step. Ensure that you have feeds for your animals. So clear your gardens, prepare them, and then start. I hope that's helpful. So once you've got the place trenched up and you've started digging, the next thing is to deal with the grass, the weeds, because you don't want the strong weeds, especially in a swamp. In the swamp, you have tough grasses like this one right here, like this. You've got it all over the place. The goats nibble on it, right? They do. They enjoy it for some reason. It's very fibrous. The cows also nibble on it, but we don't know its nutritional value. Therefore, it has to go. So you have to clear that land, dig it up, and in most cases, you're going to come in and spray herbicides to clear the grass. Unless you're a naturalist, then you just turn over, come in and plant a stronger grass. But trust me, it's very hard to find anything stronger than that. We've tried elephant grass, which did some good job on it. It was fairly stronger. So you've got that issue. The next issue you'll face when clearing your land, clearing your land, is you're going to have to deal with workers. And if you notice in most of my videos, the the main topic is always about the workers. See, dealing with workers is not so easy. Everyone has their attitude. Everyone wants money. So this is where I came in the beginning of this video, and I said, you know what? Make sure you're there. Be there for your project. If you are passionate about farming, you've bought farmland, you've invested some capital into it, you've paid people to do specific work based on advice you've got from a professional, then why would you just then stay in Kampala? Why wouldn't you go and do your job, do your part? So play your part, be there, watch them. When you're there, the work is done well. The second you leave, It's a nightmare. It's a total complete mess. I promise you this. I've seen it for years now. The second I step away, it's a mess. So let's do that. Let's promise each other that we will be there for our projects and actually be there. And then the seeds. So don't buy the seeds, seedlings, or whatever it is, before you've cleared your land. Seedlings, especially, unless it's for Caliandra, which takes 3 months to germinate and to get out of the nursery bed. Don't 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 rush into tasks before you are prepared for them. This is another thing about agriculture. Uh, you clear your land before you've got the necessary seeds or the necessary fertilizers, and all of a sudden the weeds start growing back. You have to come in and pay people to redo the same work. So it's a money game. Don't don't waste resources on double tasks. Cut once, I always say. Cut once. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying my view walking through a pine forest. What's beautiful. It's peaceful. Agriculture is the way to go. Just know that it's work as well. It's pleasure. It's a pleasure to be in a field where you're feeding the nation, but it's work. It's a a business for passionate people, but it's work. Be sure you're able to be there, or at least pay someone who you know will make sure the work is done for you if you're not able to be there. I hope this is useful. Like and subscribe. I haven't said that enough. Like and subscribe to this channel. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be producing more content randomly about animal feeds, about our horticulture projects, about new ventures we're entering into. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's useful. Enjoy your day. Cheers.